Welcome to the Crimeycade podcast. I'm Max, the crime fighter, and it's Wednesday the 19th, and I'm a little bit embarrassed that I didn't notice that I put the wrong date on the stream, at least on the advertising where I said I was going to stream November 19th, thinking it was Thursday, November 19th. But no, November 19th is on Wednesday. So I'm streaming tonight on Wednesday after last week, which I streamed on a Friday. Mm. Mm. So yes, I made a blunder and thought I was streaming on the 20th instead tonight. So because I advertised for the 19th, I'm going to stream on the 19th. You know, I'm probably not going to have the regulars in here to watch the stream as usual. Also, I had to title this podcast Error 408 Regret Reguessed Timeout. And why a timeout? It's because time ran out and trying to find a guest. And I have some crazy cat on my lap looking at me all wide-eyed. It was like, why are you talking so loud? This idiot right here. Look at him. Look at this little goofball. Oh, I guess I can't see him. There he is. There's that little snot. Yeah, you're on camera, little boy. What do you think about that? You want to be the star of the show? And you're mad? And you're looking at me funny because I'm talking? Yeah, look at the wide-eyed. Look how wide-eyed you are. Look how wide-eyed you are. Whoa. What happened there? Ah! Jeez. What happened there? Picked up the camera and lost connection. Good grief. Can I do this again? Yeah, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. Look at him. Look at me. Look at me funny. Yeah. It's like wanting to bite my hand off. Because he's disturbed. Oh, you want to take a shot at me, huh? Get out. Yeah, go. Jeez. So, it's Let's Chat tonight. Because, you know, I couldn't. Yeah. Well, as things go on, I'm going to elaborate a bit more about this. But, so I pulled out the notebook and wrote down some topics to talk about. And, geez, I thought I was going to talk about this. Talk tomorrow, not tonight. Ugh. Anyway, what episode are we on? We're on episode, 76. Well, let's see what we got. Jeez. 76 episodes. Anyway. By the way, I need to pull something up on the screen, so let's get it up on the screen. Anyway, let's talk about last week. Who do we have last week? Last week we had Jay Pinkman of Florida Rampage Gaming. we talked about first-person shooters. He's primarily a Call of Duty player, which there's been a big brouhaha over Black Ops 7, which you might get into a little bit later. Jeez. I mean, it was a fun little discussion. Not real familiar with Jay Pinkman. Just kind of a total stranger to me. But he reached out when I posted a note looking for guests on the podcast, and he stepped forward, wanted to talk. He wanted to do it on a Friday. And by the way, he's streaming right now, playing Call of Duty, some version of Call of Duty, maybe Call of Duty 6, deathmatch mode, of course. So it was a fun little discussion. We talked about multiple first-person shooters, and he is streaming on Rumble and Kick. So Florida Rampage Gaming, and yeah, he's part of a group, but yeah, if you haven't watched that interview, go check it out. It was last Friday night, and check it out. Jeez. So, full disclosure, I've had a few drinks before this pod because stress and all that. Little stressful, and didn't expect to do a podcast, so I decided to have a few drinks and make things a little more interesting, supposedly. Crimeycade podcast is on Facebook and Twitch, so be sure to follow me. If you're on Facebook, follow me on Twitch. If you're on Twitch, follow me on Facebook. I have more followers on Twitch right now than Facebook, but I'm getting more views on Facebook than Twitch. Go figure. Go figure. Let me throw that. Funny how things work out. Anyway. So big problem I'm having right now. So this pod is titled Error 408, which is, in the grand scheme of things for internet web browsing, as a classic error code for request timeout. In this case, I'm calling it guest timeout. Because I'm having trouble finding guests. And it pretty much looks like I'm just going to have to mass mail a bunch of different gamers. Like more than usual. And more than usual because I've tried to do like less than 10, email less than 10, because they claim, oh, I'm interested in doing the pod. I'm interested. But try to schedule it. That's the problem. Can you get them to commit to a particular day and time? Yeah, that's the problem. The guests, I can't get them to commit to a particular day and time. It's like they say they would, and then they ghost, or they just can't figure out when, or they answer too late, or answer after the fact. Oh. So, tomorrow and through the weekend, I'm just gonna start mailing a bunch of people. How many do I need to How many do I need to send emails to? 20, 30 people? 30 different gamers? 40 different gamers? Yeah. How many can I send out there? How many invites in hopes I just get one? Just one for a particular week. Because, God. I mean, I've had this run for quite a while, and like I've hit a wall. After 75 episodes, I've hit a wall, and I can't proceed further. What happened? I don't get it. Oh. Now I'm starting to regret drinking these. I mean, I enjoy some fine wine, but good grief. I think I had a little bit too much before I even started this podcast. Now I can still talk coherently for the most part. But jeez, head's a little bit cloudy for the moment. Of course, I don't have just the wine. I just have soda too. Mm. Ah, so I'll be sending invites out. If I previously emailed you, I mean, I want to get a date locked down for you because I know everybody's so dadgum busy lately. So am I. I mean, I thought I was going to do a completely different task tonight. I was going to spend a little more time prepping for a podcast. Yeah, prepping for a podcast. A less chat, no less. We'll see. I don't even know how long this is going to go. It could go for as little as an hour, or 90 minutes, or 2 hours for that matter. But anyway, if you're a gamer, I'm looking for you. If you haven't been on this pod, maybe you've been on this pod before. But if I bring you back as a repeat guest, I need to do it for the right reasons. But there's a whole slew of gamers never been on this podcast. There's a lot of stories to tell. Lot of stories to tell. There's a whole slew of gamers out there who've not gotten their due. I know this. There's all sorts of gamers out there with a story. And, you just need that little bit of encouragement to get them on to do a podcast. So, if you know somebody that is looking to tell a story, or maybe you're watching this and you haven't been on anybody's pod before, or maybe you've been on other people's pods, but not one lately, and you got something to say, I want you on my pod. So, all right. So we're gonna go back to the. So we lost a couple of key people out there in the gaming scene. Rebecca Hyman was card number 174 and was inducted into the International Video Game Hall of Fame in 2017 as a Golden Age gamer. This individual was a coder on numerous PC games, including Baldur's Gate 3, Myth 3, Killing Time, Wolfenstein 3D, among others. Also known for making games like Mind Shadow, Borrowed Time, Test Times in Tone Town, Bard's Tale 3. 1980 won the Atari 2600 National Space Invaders Championship and became the very first person to win a national video game tournament. Was one of the founders of Interplay Productions, co-founder of Logicware, founder of Contraband Entertainment, and the founder of Old Skull, and was the CEO. Passed away at the age of 62. Uh, she's 22 years ago. Hyman underwent a sex change operation because Hyman was born William Hyman and had the sex change operation in 2003 after a diagnosis of gender dysphoria. So, um, so for the identity politics groups out there, this is one of their icons that has passed away due to cancer. So, Rebecca Hyman passes away, age 62. Uh, International Video Game Hall of Famer, golden as a golden age gamer. I forgot to mention this last week, but a prior guest on our podcast, Josh Penny, who did arcade restoration primarily, a few weeks ago, passed away. Good grief, I did not realize I was older than this gentleman, but let's see what calculus. Jeez, yeah, he was like, do the math. Trying to do math here. 125 minus 78. Yeah, 48 years old, passed away unexpectedly, and passed away one day before his wife's birthday, and who he leaves behind with a number of children. His wife, Cindy, Minnie Penny. Yeah, that had to be the absolute worst birthday present ever. Just Minnie Penny came on a podcast 6 months ago as part of the arcade restoration roundtable and have fun discussion. He wasn't by himself, but got to see his game room and yeah, sent me a video of a 25-inch monitor literally imploding. But anyway, Josh passed away a couple weeks ago. His funeral was, I believe, on the 11th of November. Forgot to mention this last week, but got it in this week. So sorry to see you go. Yeah, kind of hard to see people losing people that are younger than you. Because I'm older than he is. I'm older than he is. He's born 78. I was born 71. Yeah, as I get older, it's like getting ugh. Gamers you knew, because the gaming scene as a whole, video gaming, the arcade gaming scene, video games in general, started in '71. I mean, pinball has been around longer, of course, but ugh, the arcade, the video arcade games just really got started in 1971, and we lost. No, I was born when they came out, and still progressing, but he this is a void that he leaves behind because I know he was very knowledgeable on fixing old arcade games that are having issues, and I know I have an arcade game that I've been sitting on that I've been not been able to spend time on doing any sort of restoration on. As Thanksgiving approaches, I mean, I'm gonna start messing with it, hopefully. But Josh Maypenny passes away at the age of 47. Sad. All right, so oh my goodness, yeah, my head's a little screwed up here. Um, challenge cards update. JP Pitts gets his card, and that poster I made about that missing persons poster I made. Oh, it's making its rounds. This showed up at a Starbucks recently. Yeah, JP Pitts is on the lam still, but he got his I should have been videotaping probably. I should have been videotaping. I should have videotaped a little bit where I'm asking Doc Mac, where's JP Pitts? But I think it would have been a little bit of overkill. Anyway. JP Pitts got his challenge card. So he's already completed 3 of his challenges. A little update on my part. I was able to finally complete my challenge card. I had 3 challenges left on my card, and been having a bit of an issue. Oh my goodness, I'm looking at something here. Jeez. I don't know if this is something. Gosh, this any game is in this place. I don't know. I'll have to check it out. Anyway, my challenge card is complete. The last 3 challenges that were giving me a hard time. Super Don Quixote. Let's see, what else was there? RoboCop and POW. So I was having a problem with those 3 games. Last time I was at Galloping Ghost, I was like, nothing was going right for me. I was just frustrated beyond belief, and it's like I threw in the towel. Went to Galloping Ghost last weekend. Those 3 games are still on my card. I still had to complete them. Another challenge got added to my card. I had to do Lunar Lander. But after completing the last 3 challenges, come to find out that Jamie Tibbetts did my card. Now I thought, POW was going to be, the Achilles was going to be the roadblock for most gamers to complete my challenge card. That was going to be the roadblock. That was going to stop most people. And I'm just curious. Because Andrew Owasco completed my challenge card. JB Tibbetts completed my challenge card. There's a smattering of other people that tried to do my challenge card. But, you know, as I stated, POW was a major stumbling block on trying to take down my challenge card before I did. Oh, you tried and failed. Well, I have the names of the people who took shots at my challenge card, and jeez, you did complete yours. I'm gonna guess. S Pancreas is the person who has Last Blade on his card, and Ninja on his card, and Eyes on his card. Would I be correct on that assessment? Anyway, you know, I got a whole slew of cards. After I complete my challenge card, I don't think I have this. I don't think I have X Pancreas's or Pancreas's. Yeah, I don't think I have Pancreas's challenge card in my pile. But anyway. Oh, there's a name not on this. How did I forget him? And I got this person's card before they did. They got this up here. Anyway. My level 1 challenge card, by the way. So these were the challenges on my level. You know, I need to take this off for a second because I'm not talking about this. And jeez, I have a copy of my card in front of me. Darn it. Anyway. I don't know about that. Yeah. 17 challenge. I don't know about that. Anyway, the challenges on my card, for the record: Karate Champ, Trojan, Carnival, which replaced a game that was not working. Carnival replaced a different shooting game. Don't remember off the top of my head, but Rolling Thunder, Gemini Wing, RoboCop, Joust, POW, Knights of the Round, and Super Don Quixote. I was having problems with Super Don Quixote, POW, and RoboCop. Interesting. Oh, I see. Okay. Oh, what am I looking at? I don't think I can tell you. So fairly soon. It's not unlocked right now. Even though I completed my level 1 challenge card, I chose not to take my level 2 challenge card yet. Because when I completed it, it was Sunday. And I don't want people attacking my level 2 challenge card just yet when I can't. I don't want to give everybody else a head start on it either. So, my level 2 card is not live because I have not seen my level 2 card yet. So, whenever I get back to the Galloping Ghost Arcade and get a copy of my level 2 card, then it will be live. Right now, I'd chase all these other cards. So, sheesh, how many people's got a challenge card right now? Looks like a couple dozen, but, well, at least, yeah, 20. 20 different gamers have a challenge card right now. 20. I will give a couple of stats. Only one gamer has completed levels 1, 2, 3, 4. That'd be Andrew Wasco. Has completed 4 levels. So level 5 will be issued fairly soon. When? I don't know. Maybe on Monday. But he is the first to complete 4 levels. Claudio Capello, who is in the chat, has completed 3 levels. He is on level 4. However, does not look like he's gotten his level 4 card as of yet. But it's completed 3 levels. So, we'll see where it goes from here. Brad Bach and Jeff Lucas are currently on their level 3. Tony DeRose is to get level 3 fairly soon. He's completed level 1 and 2, so he's next to get a card. And King Can Blackman completed 2 levels. He's supposed to get his card, level 3, fairly soon. We'll see what he will have to play. So, there are a lot of level 1s to go after. You know, I think Jose Velasquez has more. Well, you go back to this, gentlemen. No, that's not the one. Oh my goodness. Ed Palentic. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 extra challenges to his card. You know, next time I'm up there, maybe I need to complete his card. I almost did Jose's card. The problem is, ran into a couple of roadblocks. Oily Buchu, which is at commission, so they replaced it with Anteater. And then I discovered how rushed I am at Ghostbusters. Holy smokes. Boy, I mean, jeez. Feeling a little tired tonight. Jeez. Maybe I shouldn't have had those drinks before I started this pod. Ugh. What a night. Yeah, and the season has changed. Leaves are falling from the trees even faster now. Hmm. I gotta do some raking, gotta do some mowing, and got work to do in the off hours. So, challenge cards, they're get to work. I mean, you're on your level 1, you better get to work on them fairly soon. Oh, I wonder. So Josh Pitts has completed 4 of his challenges, put in scores for USAF, Monkey Mole Panic, Rambo 3, and Killer Instinct. What are his other 6 challenges? Don't know! Although kind of interesting that 2 other gamers have completed his challenge card before he did. Somehow! Wow! So that means he's just got to complete 2 more challenges. That's going to be, what a challenge. All right. Well, what are we going to do now? Let's see. Where am I at? All right. So here we go. Latest new house heist in world records. Oh, fourth. I think I covered this last week, but I don't remember. Michael D. Smith, 1.4 million on this shoot 'em up. Great. I'll talk about this in a minute. Kairos. I got the house high on that. 278,000. There's some tech I did not know. The next time I'm up there to play it, I'll be doing some things that I watched on playthrough and see if I can get much further into the game. They're worried about excessive padding, point pressing, or at least sitting in one spot and racking up the points without going anywhere. Although, doggone it, the number of enemies that are spamming the screen can't really hang out in a spot too long because those enemies will dogpile you and kill you. Regardless, that's all I had to show for the weekend. Because I made my way up to Calvin Ghost Arcade. And this is another problem I'm having. So I'm gonna put myself full screen again. Good grief. Wonder if I can do this. There we go. So yes, I made my way up to the Calvin Ghost Arcade last weekend to chase some scores, try to regain ground I've lost. But I'm having a problem here. I'm having a big problem here. I've lost track of all the money mystery games. So I have to ask, what did they put on the arcade floor in the last few months for me to go play them? The other problem, not being able to practice. Haven't been able to practice on games that I lost scores on lately or a few months ago. Haven't had time to mess with it. So I'm like having a hard time trying to figure out, what score to take back. And I'm having to go through a spreadsheet that I put together of all the house highs Goblin Ghost has, and scores that I've submitted. challenge the scores, or at least see where I am. And I had to go back through the whole spreadsheet, add all the games that are not on the list, put the house high in there, what my score was, and then go back through it later and then determine what games do I need to revisit that I seem to be close on or was close on, and have to play and relearn those games again because I was close before. I was close before, but I was edged out. I need to play those games again and see if I can take the scores back. And because my time has been so limited lately, I haven't been able to practice. So I'm feeling like I'm having a hard time trying to go back after scores I previously had. And it's rough. I was up there last weekend, and I seemed like I was completely lost. Didn't know what scores to go after. So, gosh. I lose, do, run. I was up there last weekend. I was playing that game, trying to get my score up. My goal was to break 600,000. I did not accomplish that at all. I didn't put as much time in as I did in previous visits, but at one point I had a playthrough where I had 7 men, and then it fell apart, that run. So Andrew comes in Monday and gets 655,000 on his first attempt. Oh my gosh, really? Why? Ah. Yeah, a little frustrated. God, my goodness. Why? 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 So I have to play this game when I get back up there yet again. Good night. Boy, I'm having trouble staying awake to do a pod. God! Too many drinks. Yeah, too many drinks. That's my fault. But then again, I put the wrong date down. This score I thought I had. I'm not even going to pronounce it, but it's a samurai game. That was Monday Mystery a few weeks ago by Jalco. I had the house high for that. I took the house high for that from James White. And then he shows up Sunday morning, unbeknownst to me, and takes it back. I didn't know he was in the arcade that day. And he takes it from me and supposedly gets a 1cc. Although that's a pretty low 1cc score. Didn't even break 100,000. I don't know how long a game it is, but it must not be that long. If he managed to take the house high back from me Sunday morning after I got Saturday night. Why? Anyway. Couple other notes. Gauntlet 2. Somebody came in from, I don't know, from China or Japan, but a newcomer to the arcade. Yu Quan Lee. 1.5 million on Gauntlet 2. And, Gauntlet 2, depending on the ROM set you have, the level layouts may not be the same. Well, they're not going to be the same. The level layouts that Galvin Ghost has is different than what you'll get if you played it on MAME. So Yu Quan Lee comes in on November 2nd and runs up 1.5 million on a single credit. Congratulations to this individual who pulled this off. He played as the elf and racked that insane score on Gauntlet 2. And I assume that one's not going to be beaten anytime soon. But that's not all. A score that stood since 2011. One of the oldest house highs at the Galvin Ghost Arcade was conquered by one Pete Hahn. 2.1 million points on Roston. Big congratulations. And finally, JP Pitts, the missing JP Pitts. Nickel and dimes, little time improvements in his score, his fastest runs around the course on Sonic Sega All-Stars Racing. 2 minutes, 4 seconds. 438 hundredths of a second. Wins it. Proves that time. All right. Jeez. Need to let me take this off a second because I don't think I said enough about a couple of things I needed to say. Well, I kind of mentioned it, but I'm having so much trouble trying to ID games and go after those scores again. I don't know. I got a spreadsheet. I think I mentioned this already. I'm recovering this. I have a spreadsheet. All the scores. Going through it one more time. And I'm going to have to go through it and identify scores. Just games to practice on again. Because, I've lost so much ground. I'm singing 10th place. I've got to get to a better spot than where I am right now. Because, place. I lost that do run score, and that hurts. Well, there's a lot of scores I lost, and they hurt. I've been stuck in 10th place for quite some time, and I don't know, haven't been able to dig my way out of that. The power rankings has pretty much stayed the same for past, since T20 for that matter. It stayed pretty much the same. I see Mossy Sagopian has joined us. In addition to Jack Coggs, Claudio, and Pancreas. Welcome in. But the order and the power rankings have pretty much been the same for the past 3 months. The only change has been Falls moving ahead of Zurst. That's it. That is it. Chase for tokens. Mossy's is almost needs a few more tokens, and he will be the third person to break 8,000 at the Goblin Ghost Arcade. Or if somebody puts scores in that he has a score in that is lower than his score, those tokens get added on. Certainly with those challenge cards, because he's got a lot of house size. Now he's going to break 8,000. Probably by next week. Probably before Thanksgiving. Enough scores get put in that puts him over the top. But the order has pretty much stayed the same. Let's see. Oh, yes. New Zealand Story is the game of the month. Actually, I don't think I've updated this, but I put in a score for Goblin Ghost Arcade. I don't believe they've entered it yet. We just need one more score to qualify. And I'm going to take a look real quick. Since Mossy's here, what games does he have on his card? Uh, oh, jeez. I see a score for a game ahead of my card, but his score's lower than mine. Jeez. He has to clear 60,000 on RoboCop, and I had to clear 80. What a ripoff. Anyway. Not to say that he doesn't have other challenges that's going to give him a hard time, because there are. Where was I? Oh, yes. Where is, let's see, Arcade Wars. Is the results the same? Okay, so Tim Vandercolt and Sean Courtney did put in scores for Underground Retrocade, so they're at 240,000. Slight improvement at the Garcade. Ah, okay. All right, fair enough. Right now, One Up Arcade in Brisbane, Australia is in the lead. Underground Retrocade is in second. There's so Thanksgiving weekend, put in your scores and maybe help your local arcade move up the rankings. Now, yeah, Galvin Ghost has all been about the challenge cards and not so much on Arcade Wars. I bet they have to. I'd say just drop the Arcade Wars activity for now. Okay. Interesting little thing that came across. I don't know if you've seen this. The so-called, this is a new 8-bit gaming console. Yeah, I imagine it wasn't. The Game Tank. This is pretty much a homebrew project. They created a new console and it's got its own library of games. Some of the games are pretty much clones of the existing arcade games, which I don't know why they decided to just do a version that games that are just pretty much operate the same, but have different or more primitive graphics. But there's discussion that maybe the wouldn't be buying consoles for much longer. It's all going to be digital downloads. Yeah, right. If it all goes digital, you're gonna get shut out of your library of games eventually. It's happened already, and you know, there's been all this chatter about live service games, and I have this on my list here. I might as well bring it up now. I had Jay Pinkman on my pod last Friday. I'll just throw his name back up here. Why not? Um, so he likes playing Call of Duty. That was the game that really hooks him on gaming. And when we interviewed him, there's a bit of a countdown to the official release of Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Well, there's been a major brouhaha over Call of Duty 7. Is it a good game? Well, lately that the consumer and the critics have had quite the wide divide over what they think is a good movie and what they think is a bad movie. And now we've kind of oh boy, my keyboard just decided to stop functioning for a second. Doggone it. What? Why is my keyboard not working? Oh, what are you doing? My keyboard stopped functioning. Now I got a problem. Am I going to be able to continue here? Yeah, what is going on here? My keyboard is not responding. I'm still on the air, but my keyboard is not functioning right now. It stopped. It stopped functioning. What the hell? All right, you know what? Oh, really? All right. I need to pause the pod for a second. My keyboard is not responding. I'm trying to type on it and it's not outputting anything. Why? I don't know. I'm pulling a notepad. Yeah, God, what is going on? Yeah, computer problems. Of course. Yeah, this is not. I'm typing keys and nothing's coming out. Nothing. Why did it quit? All right, let me pause this. I'm gonna take a quick break. I'm gonna have to reset the keyboard. I have to pull the USB cord out and plug it back in, and make sure that it's functioning. So we'll be right back. Yeah, I'm gonna have to take a break. Good grief. Let me throw this back up here. All right. Well, now this is not going up. Well, come on up. Alright. Good grief. What the heck happened there? Keyboard's back alive. I had to unplug USB devices and plug them back in to get it to re-recognize the dadgum device. I don't know why this thing decided to stop functioning all of a sudden. Ridiculous. Yeah, I can't really run a pod if I can't type on a keyboard. So Call of Duty, and I was trying to pull up a site because there's a Metacritic site. As of right now, Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Grief. Jeez, where is it? Come on. All right. The Metascore for Black Ops 7 right now. I'm going to take this down. Well, this might be the worst podcast I've ever done because I'm kind of out of it a little bit after taking those few drinks. Well, the Metascore for Black Ops 7, geez, mixed or average 69. That's a D plus. But the user score is dropped down to like 1.7. That's, yeah. And what's the fuss about? Let's see. Let's look at some of these. Oh gosh. Shallow campaign, uninspired multiplayer, zombies mode that can't hold the experience together. It's like Call of Duty meets Resident Evil. And the other problem is Call of Duty has to stay constantly online. Yeah, you need a constant internet connection to play Call of Duty Black Ops 7. Period. Now this guy had a glowing review. 100 gave a rating of 100. I just wonder if this guy's actually played this game. Because, A plus? This guy's gave a perfect score on this? I just wonder, would this guy, yeah, look at this. GamingTrend.com? Yeah, I think the users would have to beg to differ with who wrote this. David Bernadette. Would yeah, that might be somebody to get on a pod to ask him a few questions. Because he seems to think that this game is perfect. Well, the gamers who are actually buying and playing this game may beg to differ. So, geez, I gotta do this. Well, the first big negative is you have to have a constant online connection to play the game. Let's say the game gets retired and the servers get retired. You won't be able to play Call of Duty 7 after that, or Black Ops 7 after that. It'll be a dead game. Yeah. Who's that? Victor Lewis and Tommy. Who is that, Claudio? Who are those guys? Anyway. The other big problem, with Black Ops 7 is a bunch of people have noted that there's a lot of AI. Some of a number of assets in that game were created with artificial intelligence. And they flagged it as AI slop. And because of that, a few people who purchased the game were able to get a full refund, using that as the reason for requesting a refund, because they don't want to buy a game that was generated with artificial intelligence. So they got a full refund. And there's been a lot of chatter about player numbers plummeting about this game. So, does Call of Duty 7 have staying power? It's not looking good right now. Now, the AI Slop, I do have to mention this. The number one downloaded country song in the country is by a AI generated band known as Breaking Rust. Walk by Walk. I don't know if I can find this guy, but we'll see. Walk by Walk is AI generated, fully AI generated. The lyrics, the melody, everything about that song generated by artificial intelligence, and tops Billboard's most downloaded digital track. Now somebody says, well, digital downloads don't have a very high threshold to clear to become the number one song on that chart. Boy, I may not go too much longer. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what a night. Breaking Rust. Walk My Walk. A lot of controversy over that song because real artists that create songs, record songs, sing them, contend that artificial intelligence is costing them big bucks, taking food out of their mouths. It is destructive because a computer program can just generate anything, given enough commands, given enough learning. And so, more and more of that stuff is going to pop up. Now, Comic Cons and Game Cons have said, well, if anybody comes in with a bunch of AI generated slop for sale, they're banned. But can you truly stop it all? You got Breaking Rust, and you got actresses fully AI generated like Tilly Norwood. Unfortunately, it's going to be almost impossible, if not impossible, to stop the use of AI in generated media. It is here, people are using it, and a number of people can't tell the difference between AI generated and the genuine created article. The genie's out of the bottle. They may think they're going to be able to stop this, but they're not going to be able to. Sad to say, there's nothing they can do to stop this. Sure, you can say, well, I'm not going to buy anything that's generated by AI. Unfortunately, there are too many people who will buy it, who will download it, who will listen to it. Heck, there's programs out there that will tell you if something was fully generated by AI. And Black Ops 7, uh, the AI detector claims that it was fully generated by AI. It's a fake game. So, we're going to be encountering very different times fairly soon. Well, it's already here. It appears that Ubisoft has been bought out by another company. Don't know who yet. But they put out a headline claiming that fewer people were buying video games. This after saying that that individual gamers will not be owning their games. Yeah, uh, pull the trigger and in the holster and shoot your foot off. That's what Ubisoft did, and paying the price for that. They're paying the price for that. Anyway, I don't know if you've seen this. Uh, yeah, the Game Awards are out, and these are nominees for Game of the Year. There's been a lot of chatter about this one. I don't know why. I don't know what kind of game it is. I've never seen it before. Um, Only two games on this list that I recognize: Donkey Kong Bonanza for the Nintendo Switch, and I've seen somebody's Rutherford stream this a lot. These other these others, not familiar with it. Um, but there's a whole slew of games here: best game direction, narrative, art direction, um, best ongoing. There's a lot. There's a lot here. I wonder what they have for action. Well, these two are franchise games. Doom, yeah, Battlefield 6. Oh, let's see. Best fighting game. I'm not familiar with this one. I wonder if that is for X Arcadia. Let's see what else. What do they have for best RPG? Yeah, I don't know these. I don't know these either. This one's been highly controversial for DEI usage or wokeism. Um, Gosh, there's esports games, athlete and team. Yeah. Oh boy. No way, man. Let me go back here. Um, Esports athlete. Yeah, I don't know any of these guys. Um, wonder what they put for action adventure. Ghost of... Yeah, these are not really familiar games. Good grief! What does it say that so many games I played back in the day? It's like I'm not familiar with the current stuff. Ugh, I don't know. Impact. I wonder what that is. Anyway, GameAwards.com. If you want to vote on this, a lot of categories here, but doggone, I don't know a lot of these titles. Gee, I wonder what they have for best mobile. Slot Grumble. Okay, that's a familiar franchise. Persona 5. Yeah, I do kind of recognize that. Pretty Derby. Oh gosh, this is King Cat Blackman was streaming this, so I know that one. Destiny, I believe, is another franchise. So, all right. Well, let's see what else. If there's anything else I need to cover before I get out of here, because I'm just kind of tired. Uh, yeah, I'm kind of inebriated from having a few alcoholic drinks. Although I just kept things coherent throughout the whole pod, so that's a victory, I guess. But I need a guest, so I don't know. Um, so I will note that next week is Thanksgiving week, and if I stream at all, I mean it might be Tuesday, but don't quote me on that. I may not stream next week. I don't know. I may do other things. Who knows? But I need to figure out what I'm going to do next week if I'm going to do something at all. Um, so who's my guest? I don't. Yeah, I don't have a guest right now, and that's the problem. I need to. I'm gonna have to. I'm gonna have to start. I need to do a new round of emails and try to identify somebody who will do my podcast. The problem is a couple of things happen. One, they don't respond. Two, they do respond, but they don't commit to a particular day and time. That has been my issue. Till I can get around this, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. So, gonna be sending out some emails starting tomorrow, maybe some tonight, and try to get a list of people get set up for December because I'm stuck right now. Anyway, that will do it for this edition of the Crimeycade podcast. Hour and a half. Well, a little bit, about an hour and a half. I got through. Oh man, yeah, I shouldn't have had the drinks. I think I drank a little bit too much, but I am going to raid the channel since I've. But for those who joined me, thank you for indulging me for the last hour and a half. Let's see who is doing a stream right now. Oh boy, what am I gonna do? Oh gosh, I do want. Well, there's one on my list that I'm not gonna give a raid to. Lord BBH timed me out for some reason last Monday during the playthrough of Spinal Breakers. Shame on you, dude. That was unnecessary for you to single me out. Kind of an odd little issue with Twitch is you get timed out and you go on somebody else's stream for a while. You go back and the timeout session starts over, which is nonsense. So, Matt Hall, shame on you for shutting me up for no reason. Don't care for that. If you come on my stream, you're gonna sit for 10 minutes, so you kind of learn something. But because your stream's bigger and you have more viewers, doesn't mean you can treat prominent members of the gaming scene badly. And you did treat me badly. So just know I don't care for it. By the way, yeah, I do want to also mention one other thing. Ray Finkel reached out to me and admitted he made a blunder. He banned me from speaking out on his streams and didn't know why he did it. So unsubscribed from him and just not come back. We got back to him when I talked about it on somebody else's Donkey Kong stream about that ban, and he reached out to me and said that he thought I was a troll, and that's why he kicked me out because a bunch of people have given him a hard time, but he admitted he made a mistake banning me from his stream because I was not one of the bad guys. I know Robbie Lakeman has been giving him some static because Ray Finkel, also known as Justin Elliott, came very close to taking down the world record on Donkey Kong. And, I need to look. Jeez, Donkey Kong. Ray. I see what score he got. Chase, where is it? I have to go over here to his YouTube channel. 1 second. But he got very close. 1.2 million, 53,100 was his personal best a couple of weeks ago. Robbie Lakeman has about roughly 20,000 more points on it. So Justin Elliott is relatively close, pretty close to Lakeman's score. Lakeman, of course, is casting shade upon Elliott as Lakeman is just gloating that he's still the king of Kong. So we'll have to see where this goes from here. But congratulations to Justin Elliott on that new personal best, which is getting very close. It's making Robbie Lakeman sweat a little bit. Yeah, Lakeman's score is 1,272,800. So yeah, a little less than 20,000 behind. But how many more points can you squeak out? Because there's only so many levels. Every point missed that you could have had looms large when you're approaching that kill screen. So, all right. Well, let's see what I can rate tonight. I'm gonna rate somebody different. Why not? Let's see who I can rate tonight. Oh, good grief! I want to give me all the Let's Chat channels. I don't want. No, I want retro. I want retro. Let's see what I can get out here. Who's somebody that looks interesting to me? I should see a few different games. Oh gosh, 24-hour streams. Man, I'm just gonna give the. All right, it's a 24/7 channel, but I'm gonna give the raid to Crimeycade, which plays gosh different games. continuously. So been going for gosh, it's got a few. It's got some viewers. So let's give it a shot. Till next time, I'm the Mad Conservative Crime Fighter, and hope to see you around the arcade soon. Have a good night, everybody.